Well, I think the biggest hope is that an independent Scotland would be able to treat everyone more fairly and be a much more welcoming country. So I hope that independent Scotland will see that come to the fore, and Scotland really have a politics that represents that different political culture that we've got in Scotland. I think a much more progressive political culture we have in Scotland.
It's such a huge opportunity to make some real changes in society, and to be able to even just go to your parliament and say why are you doing this, to have the people that are ruling you on your doorstep, that you can really challenge them and have a proper debate about things and make changes. So that would be really exciting.
Don't really know Scotland much, don't know much about it, this is like my first time coming, but I reckon every country should have their own choice if they want to become independent. If they have reasonable things to tell them, like if they want to come independent, then they should be able to come. They should have, they'll have information back each other up. So, just they should do.
My hopes for Scottish independence is that we create a more equal society, that we create a more wealthier nation, and that we use our resources and the talents that we have as a people to invest in tackling poverty, in using those resources to narrow income inequality and ensure that we can act as a force for good in the world.
I think that independence can be a good thing, like for all kind of people, like just to have the possibility to make your own choice and not depending on anyone else. I think it is like the basic right to a country.
I can get more chance about living here in Scotland, because I know I came from outside, from other country, and if I'm stay, and so I need more chance, fair.
My hopes, I think, having read Scotland's Futures, my hope would be a Scotland which is in charge of its economy, in charge of its tax, in charge of its welfare, would be able to make decisions that are best for Scotland, not decisions made in Westminster and sort of imported. That would be my hope, yeah.
I'd say my fears around Scottish independence would be if it in any way discouraged the movement of people and ideas between Scotland and the rest of the UK.
I hope it doesn't go independent, because I don't know much about Scotland myself, but when I come I'll learn about all the history behind it, and it's very interesting place to come, so I hope it don't go independent.
Yeah, and so we can come in, learn more about it, because we've not visited that much.
Quite clearly we're not going to go in a different direction in the United Kingdom, so the status quo isn't going to help. My biggest fear is that we make this radical change, we make an effort to change, but we get swept along by that tide, and our country ends up much in the same place that it is now.
Well, I just think that we're very good at the United Kingdom together, and I just think that we'd really find it, I think anyway, we'd find it very difficult, banking and borders and everything like that. I think it would be a very difficult thing to manage.
For me personally, I think Scotland might fall down a little bit, and then maybe a bit more violence and a little bit more racism. Just personally for me, because of all the stuff that's been going on. But at the same time, I think Scotland might be able to support ourselves.
I suppose my fear is I'm a father of two, and as I read the referendum document, I don't see much about how to support families. There's a lot of talk about childcare, but sending your children off to nursery is not the same as having a family together, and how they would support families where the mother doesn't work, that kind of thing. Support marriage, keep the family bond strong at all levels.
In many ways, the worst outcome of the referendum would be a very narrow result. I think this referendum needs to settle the question that's been a dividing line in Scottish politics for decades now. This referendum needs to settle it and give a clear answer. I hope that's a positive answer.